Hey everyone, it's Anastasia, your host for Anastasia's Hump Day Happenings. This week I'm going to share 7 tips for how to cope at work when you're grieving. I have to share with you, if you're a small business person or an entrepreneur, this is for you. Corporate, you pretty much have systems in place, but small business, at least in dentistry, no. And I'm going to share why, because you know what, when I was a dental hygienist working clinically, I have a set time, I've got an hour, sometimes 2 hours a patient, and that's productivity. I understand that. You may be a stylist, you may be working as skincare. There's so many different opportunities for you to work by the hour and work for somebody, even like I said, if you're an entrepreneur. But guess what? Sometimes those systems are not in place, especially for bereavement or when you just lost somebody and you need to heal grief. Oh, I'm telling you, grief is a numbness that is unknown to anyone else except that person. Each loss is so unique to that person. Loss is loss. Grief will take you by your hand and it's going to push you into places so unfamiliar to you. Let's discuss some 7 things for you to get through grief, especially if you're working in a small business and you're not really sure. Number 1, I'm going to share with you, especially for a sudden loss, it is great to have a team meeting, employers, with your team and share. This is our bereavement policy. We are thinking about a bereavement policy. If you haven't had a will, this is what, guide your team. And I can share that with you because, you know what, I had no idea. I just knew, thanks to my husband, to get an estate attorney. Thank you. I had no idea what to do. I had no idea where to go, and I worked for myself. So most of my speaking engagements and video blogging was booked 6 months to a year ahead of time. But the sudden loss of my mother shattered my soul. So you're not really thinking, you're bogged with all of this stuff. And I gotta tell you, you have to make these phone calls to DMV, to banks, your estate attorney, and they all work the same hours as, guess what? As you do in a small business, 8 to 5, 7 to 5, whatever that case may be. How are you supposed to get this done? And then after you call them, to have your emotional breakdown afterwards, because this is an emotionally draining process. Know your resources, and employers have something in place. That's number 1. Number 2, ask for mental health days. I didn't have this when I was working clinical hygiene, but I would ask, do we have mental health days? Can I take some mental health days? Number 3, ask if you can have a flexible schedule during this process. And when I mean flexible schedule, it would be for you to have that time to call DMV, to call your estate attorney. You can set, that up. And I know DMV could suck up a whole hour of your time, and then maybe you could have that over lunch, like a 2-hour lunch, or however that works, and then maybe work an hour extra. Number 4, I know micromanagement may not be the right word, and I know it's not looked at positively, but I'm telling you, when you were the one grieving, it may help to have a coworker help to basically be your guide or coach you. Make sure your documentation is on point. If you're providing a service, make sure that you placed the service that you provided into the computer so that service can be charged to that individual. There's just so many things that sometimes we're just not on our A game to make sure it's like a buddy system at work. Number 5, prepare for the dates. All the first holidays are going to be painful, okay? Birthdays, dates that they passed are going to be painful. Prepare for that, know the triggers. I'm here to tell you, next week, February 6th, will be the day that my dad left this earth. And I can feel it. I still feel that right now. And it's a week away. But it's really important for you to honor what your body is feeling and why you may be sensitive and why you may cry at something that reminds you of your dad. You're like, oh yes, but honor that. And it's important for you to share that and just say, oh wow, that's right. And share with a coworker, wow, my dad, I can't believe it's going to be 10 years. I'm feeling this. I still feel this. It's very real. So it's important to recognize that and prepare for the dates and honor that. And honor them. Establish healthy boundaries. I cannot tell you how important, and that's one of the most important things I can share. And that is by emotionally saying what is important to you to help you through this process. And sometimes it's not an easy conversation that you have, whether it be with friends or loved ones. And sometimes that lifeline is going to be your dog. dog, or it's going to be your therapist. But the healthy boundaries is helping you through grief. It's about healing. Then number 7, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Heal. I hope this was helpful. Like this channel, join me every single week. And until next Wednesday, take what you learn and make a difference with it.